Okay.
Microphones are up. Microphones are up.
Check, check.
Boom.
Check.
Check, check. Boom.
Oh!
Okay, there we go.
Are we live?
Yep, we're live, but we're not on yet. We're not on yet. And here's the ticker. Okay, now we're here. Oh, I gotta fix this. All right. Oh, see, you look great. You still look great. Here,
Really?
let me zoom
Not
it
too
in a
pale?
little bit. Nope,
Not
not
too
too
pale?
pale. Nope, this is perfect. This is the best we've had anybody look on here. And it might just be you. It
Well,
might
I
just
did
be
my
because
hair.
you're so good looking. Oh, you did your hair. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
the hair.
I
We
did
gotta
my-
tell Jimmy to do his damn hair, dude.
He doesn't need to do anything.
Jimmy,
to
why
his
didn't you?
hair.
No, his hair is good. Other than not set it on fire.
No, I don't know.
Let me-
We need more
Let
of
me
that.
see here. Boom. Facebook's on live. We're good there. Good on YouTube. Everybody's good. Thank you guys for joining us. I am Endgame Jordane. This is my friend Alex
Boom.
from
What's
the
up?
gym. Boom. Alex
From the-
Gilberg. If Gilbug
Gilbug.
on
Gilbert.
Instagram, go give him a follow. You're going to see a lot of art. He's an artsy fartsy type. So
Artsy fartsy.
we got one of those artsy fartsy types in here.
I paint stuff, and I guess that's what I do.
Paint a lot of stuff. Yeah, you paint a lot of
I
stuff.
paint a lot of stuff.
But it's more so like just for fun that you like to just get out there and do you whenever you because I see like you have your sketchbook. Is it a sketchbook? Jamie,
That's
we're
what they
gonna
call
need some
those.
more water, bro. We're gonna need some more water.
We're gonna
soon
need
here.
more water. We got
We're
water
gonna need more water,
emergency.
bro.
Well, especially, yeah, it's a sketch. They call those sketchbooks.
Yeah. So, but do you just go out in nature, or do you just go like people watching, and then you just find something that you're like, I could mess with her. I could mess around with that.
Yeah,
and get
so-
creative with it.
I like to get out. So the reason I go out into the wood, I just like to go into the woods and observe. It really helped. So I kind of had like an experience where and maybe people from work are watching this. So, but we'll just say it was an experience that was totally legal. We would say
Right.
totally legally sanctioned. We'll say it was.
But you had a good experience.
Yeah.
It was a great, as usually.
And I got really
legally
obsessed
sanctioned.
with this tree. It was just a regular. It
was
just
a regular tree, but what was fascinating about the tree?
There was nothing. It was just a regular, ordinary tree. It was all in my brain.
It was just your mind was just like this tree, man.
Well, other than the fact that trees are freaking amazing,
Yeah.
and they're just living in the earth. So that was kind of like my realization. I was like, these trees are just here.
Yeah.
And it sounds like obvious, but we see them. They're populating our whole lives.
Right.
And
Everywhere.
They just know how to live.
They came from the ocean just like we did.
They came from. That's true.
And this was a ball of dirt. So like, we're gonna get to Cheez-Its. We're gonna get to Cheez-Its, but this is more important
Down
right
the
now.
road. Yeah.
Down the road. So a big ball, and then a big ball of dirt sitting here. And the moon hit us, boom, and then the water came with different asteroids or whatever. However they think that the water came, started creating all that stuff. Everything started coming. So then, like, the seaweed came first, then bugs, then fish with legs, and then mammals. But that root system, how it like found a way to live
in the earth.
In the earth.
In the fucking trees. So this is why I wanted to talk to you about the hiking thing, and why I said so. Yeah, now we'll get to the reason that I like to go out. So when you talked about like getting out and the importance of being in nature, and I said it's about connecting to the Earth Mother. It's because that it's just my way of getting out into nature, and I think the more that we can do that, the better off we'll be as people. I feel like we're supposed to be that.
Right. Me too.
Yeah, and the Earth really is a mother.
100%.
And
it gives a lot of life, man.
Here's why it's a mother. It's a mother because it gives us everything that we need. And we still treat it like shit. We
don't appreciate it at all. No. Not one bit do we care.
We just take it for granted.
That
it's there, just supplying all the food,
all the
resources.
It created an ozone layer, just so we can breathe.
Just so we can breathe, and we just fuck it up. We just
fucking
like, you know what, Mom? Fuck you.
I don't give a shit
like,
about
what
you.
What else do you like? They keep giving. It just keeps giving. And you just keep fucking it up. And so, is that not?
It's true. That's a great example for Earth Mother too. That really is Earth Mother.
And that's what you do in your adolescence.
Yeah.
You just like. I mean, Mom, if you're watching, I told my mom I was gonna be on here.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a thing. Like you just fucking don't. You're so unappreciative when you're an adolescent.
100%.
So then
100%.
you get to this age, and I'll bring it back around to nature.
Yep.
Because I hope that we're just in our adolescence, and that we can actually appreciate the earth as we get older. That's my hope.
Right.
But
because in your adolescence, there's a lot of shit that you don't understand about the world, about Mother Nature, about everything. But then the more research you do, the more that you pay attention to everything, the more you realize, like, oh no, wait a minute, I see the error of my ways. Now maybe we can work. And there are a lot of people who are doing a lot of positive things.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're growing up. We're growing up as a species.
Exactly. It's got to be a species. Because boy, are we all in it together, man.
Yeah. In that regard. So like when it's your mom's birthday, what do you do?
Wish her happy birthday.
You wish her, but like, are you ever like, what the fuck can I get my mom?
Yeah, that's
gonna even the score.
Right. She brought you life. You know, like that's a hard, but that's a good question. What is it? Yeah,
you can't. You just can't.
You just try. And I let you know how much I appreciate you, but
the even worse part is, no matter what you do, they're fucking happy with it. They're just going to be...
They're just happy that you're... Yeah. They're just happy that you're there, you're alive, you're good to go.
Yes.
That's all they want.
Yeah.
Their life, and it's like, going back to Mother Earth, she's giving her life, even though there's no appreciation, even though we do all of this damage that we're doing.
Giving.
And we had no idea. We have no idea the damage that we were doing. And once you start learning it, a lot of people don't care. They just want to live their lives. I'm only going to be here for another 30 years, so what does it matter? Yeah, but you have kids, right? Maybe they're going to have kids. Right. Maybe that does matter. I mean, because you're a big history buff too, so you can see these patterns continuously happen until something breaks, until something happens, and then there's a big reboot, or maybe you can fix it.
Yep. So I hope we're in our adolescence right now, just shitting on our mom, acting like an asshole. She's just like this fucking, and your mom, she's going through. She's always there for a bit. She's going through her own stress. I can only imagine this fucking asshole. This piece of, like they know.
They're psycho. Why is this kid not listening? He's just running through the woods, just all naked, not giving a shit about anything.
Right. They know what's up.
Just take your time. Just take your time.
Yeah. So I think like when you were talking about the like hiking and getting out, it's sort of the same thing. Like I feel better. I feel better out there just observing.
Jean said, "Hey, your mother is listening."
My mom, yeah, she's listening.
Look at that smile. I'm going through the comments.
I was listening, so I'm sorry, Mom. We can't ever even. You can't ever even.
Philip Waters says, "Why would you give a platform to this dangerous man?" Because I like dangerous men. If you can't tell.
So hopefully we'll get up. We'll get older. We'll learn to. But so yeah, it's like out there just trying to appreciate your Earth Mother, right? They're giving you life. So you're not just among like the trees. So again, it's like the trees, but you're in nature. You're just there.
Exactly.
And that's where you just feel better. We just are supposed to be.
Right.
You know what's funny? There's all this research.
My audio was too loud. Sorry.
There's all this.
I get loud, and then people complain, "Ron, you're too loud," because
You're pretty loud.
Yeah.
You're pretty.
What were you saying?
So have you seen like these studies that are like these studies?
But you see with the jumps. We keep jumping, but we jump right back on it.
So these studies that are like, people who live around trees are happier. And you're like, no fucking shit. What?
It took a study? What did you study?
Right.
Did you take a walk and said, I feel good. What a good study I just
like, was this published in the Journal of Obvious Research?
Yeah, It's like it opens, and the thing is, whenever you go out there, because I like to, whenever I go out, I normally whenever I hike, you don't see any live updates or anything, because I just put my phone up. We'll put the phone up, go out, and just open up your senses. You smell everything, you hear, you pay closer attention. All your senses are just open and alive more.
Yeah,
and that's where we should be, but we should be here too, because we created this. We're natural monsters as we are.
We're just natural monsters.
We're natural monsters as we are.
We need this.
So it's like, I don't know, like
maybe we can strike up. There's a balance.
There is something to do with it, because antidepressants is so prevalent everywhere. Mm-hmm. All this, like high suicide rates in the most richest countries in the world. People are wanting to kill themselves because why? So there's like a huge disconnect. You know, that's a tough question, but we're speculating,
right?
But I'm speculating that some of that has to do with either not being able to socialize enough with your people who can give you that grounding when you're going through something. They'll give you a different, better perspective. Maybe people feel alone.
Yeah.
Even with like online, we're more interconnected than ever. It's a cliche conversation, but we are still more alone, you know. But going out, man, like being in nature, it refreshes you.
I think it's just like part of our brain. Like I don't know. If you have any anti-evolution people on your podcast, I'm sorry. If you do, but you're fine. I don't believe whatever you want to believe, but what I'm about to say, you might you might not like it. That's cool.
Yep.
I say a lot of things people don't like, and people say things I don't like.
Right.
But it's not that bad. So, like, I think if we really did come from apes that just swung around in trees, or we're supposed to be walking through, canopied areas, I think the trees just kind of can signal like a sense of safety, or like a sense that there's like food around. You're around things that are green.
Yep.
So I think it just really does dig deep into your psychology.
Yep.
That you're just really where you're supposed to be on a level that's a lot deeper than anything that you can actually cognitively perceive. It's just
it's deep in there. It's that,
at the absolute monkey core.
Exactly. That's the thing about it, because think of how you feel when winter comes and you see all the different colored leaves, and that's all great, but then summer's coming and you see the different shades of green, and there's just some type of excitement with those shades. Oh my God,
I get so excited.
Yeah.
I get so excited every spring. I'm so like
you put your sundress on and you go outside.
I am so irrationally optimistic. I think the world's going to be great. Like it's a new beginning. Like things can
it is though,
like somehow we're not going to devolve into the same shit that we always do. Nope. We're not just going to fight over bullshit.
Alex, the problem is people don't think about it like that, man. It's perfectly rational to them.
So
this is my land. Get off my land.
Yeah.
I get okay, sure, but do you really got to kill somebody over it? Do you got to kill somebody over your Cheez-Its?
That was
because they took your Cheez-Its.
Should we get
we don't have to. No, we don't have to. Those are ready.
We'll get into them.
We're going to get to them right now. I think
we're
going good. I think we're going good, dude.
But yeah, I think that maybe that's the dark side of what it means to be. So so you talk about like I
go dark sometimes. I'm sorry.
We're gonna go dark.
Yep.
So you talk about like the lack of connection to people, right?
Right.
And how like important that is for us to be connected to each other. And I'm so glad you invited me here.
And real quick, Amora Williams said that I felt alone in a room full of people that loved it. It's something that a person is dealing with. I was suicidal for a while. See, people love you, but don't understand your struggle and don't know how to deal with it. So when they try to vent, to them, they are unsupportive. That's a disconnect.
I think that's a and it's also like I wouldn't propose that like what we're talking about, like all the things like getting out into nature. People always throw out these kind of solutions for depression.
Right.
But some people just really have that chemical imbalance.
Exactly.
We're probably not qualified.
We're
not qualified.
We're not exactly. We're not saying, oh, you feel bad? Go out in the woods. You're going to be all right.
Yeah, but maybe. But at least go in the woods first.
Maybe give it a shot. Right. Give it.
Yeah.
Slow down with the eating. Try to eat a little bit healthier. Go for more walks.
How dare you?
And all this, but
how dare you come at me like that?
Well, I'm just trying to help, friend. I mean, I know you do the weightlifting stuff, and you've been doing the weightlifting stuff for a while, and I support you on that, Alex. Every time I see you in there, I'm like, yeah, Alex.
Yeah, I know.
These heavy weights, huh? Yeah. You're gonna lift the house now?
Still at it, huh? Still trying that.
Still trying to get up there, huh? No, but I think that we're not saying that we're psychologists or psychiatrists. We're not trying.
I am saying that.
We're not. We're not recommending. We're not giving Well, we can give recommendations.
We give recommendations.
And you can give those
as your friend. As your friend, I'm giving a recommendation.
As your friend, like whenever we're trying to get ourselves into a positive stuff. What helps me? If this helps me, then I want to share that because I hope that it's going to help you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not, and maybe there's not ever one way for anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's what is it?
That's kind of talk can get you killed.
Yeah.
That kind of talk can get you killed, Ron.
I'm glad that did everyone pay attention to this? Is everyone paying attention to this?
One way. Yeah. So
cool.
So again, yeah, it's not like that's going to solve everything. Yep. I think that a lot of people really can. again, I don't want to talk like I'm gonna solve.
Don't skip around too much. Just
the
be
depression.
free. Be free. We can always jump back and be like, I didn't mean any of this.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Really, is the key.
But that's what none of us do.
I don't know.
None of us do.
But I do know that. Yeah, I think that no matter what, you're better off if you have those two things. Some connection to nature really helps. But like I was coming back around to like the connection to people. That really is so important. And then I wanted to get to the dark side of it.
Yes.
Because I like to get to the dark side.
So we got the dark side. So, all right. Let's
so
see.
So the dark side of a connection, the connection to people, is what helps.
Brett Butler said, every time I see Alex lift, I get depressed about the weights I'm doing. Me too. That's why I come in there and mess with this big ass.
Yeah. I'm very sensitive, so I can get hurt emotionally.
That's
easily.
what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
If you find the weak point and you go after
undercut
it.
me.
After it,
he undercuts me. So that again, that's So I think we crave that connection because connection to other people also signals sort of safety. Mm-hmm. But what is it? What's the signal safety from, Ron? What's the signal safety from?
I don't know.
A lot of things. Probably
that's the thing. That's
famine.
Mm-hmm.
People might help you get food. Being like freezing. I think all sorts of things. Like obviously people are going to help you.
Well, when you're hunting, you have to have your little troop, and you have to have the right guys that you know.
I'm trying to drop the bomb, Ron.
Oh shit! Where's the bomb? Where are we going with this? I don't know where we're going with this.
I think the thing
where
is,
are we going?
It signals safety from other people. Because other people have always been the biggest enemy.
Now we're Walking Dead
to other people.
Because zombies aren't the real danger.
And we can't get over it. We can't get over it. We have to have an enemy.
Yep.
We have to have an enemy.
Yep.
We're obsessed. My friends, not my friends.
Yeah. My tribe, not my tribe. My group, not my group. My in-group, my out-group. There's always like in-groups and out-groups within the same groups. Like most groups don't even get along with each other, but they have a common enemy.
Him over there.
Exactly.
He's that
in the
guy.
Troop. Exactly. and Ralph.
I had to pick someone.
Ralph is off screen, and he's like,
yeah.
Me? I thought I just saw you in the gym, dude.
It's no matter what group you're in.
Group out group, exactly.
There's got to be someone.
But it's that, yeah.
But if anybody else showed up, then you're in. You're back in.
You're back in the in group. It's in group out group. It's the same type of stuff we were talking about with Leonard too, because Leonard, he does a lot of sports psychology stuff.
Okay.
And with the sports psychology, they're dealing with the team, and within the team, there's a lot of guys who think that, yeah, I'm in this team, but I'm not like everybody else. So there's still that individualistic idea of yourself within a group, but you still have the pull to be like, I had a pull. I wanted to be into wrestling. I just love the culture of it, the idea of it. Like, I just love that idea. I wanted to be in that in-group. I wanted to fake fight and have all these other people believing that it's real while we're doing it, and I wanted to go back and high-five my friend and be like, dude, that was awesome, man. We tricked some of those people, man. That was such a great time.
What are you saying?
And they have... I'm just saying that...
Are you saying that's not...
I'm saying that some people are. I'm real. Some people aren't.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
Don't call me fake. I got a book over there, one of the stupid books. He, Dr. D. David Schultz, he's the guy who became famous. He was a big time wrestler in the '80s, but he really became famous because Geraldo Rivera, I think it was, maybe it wasn't Geraldo Rivera. It was one of those news guys who was like, "Hey man, I think wrestling's fake." And he was like, "Oh yeah, is it fake?" And he was a big old redneck too, so he was like, "Oh yeah, it's fake." Bow, open hand slap. Is that fake? Dude fell down and he got right back up. As he got right back up. I was watching an interview with Dr. D. David Schultz, and he was like, well, my mom always told me, man, if you hit somebody and he hits the ground, if he gets back up, you better hit him again because he's gonna really do some damage to you. So that dude jumped right back up, and he slapped him back down. So he got down and he crawled away. And then they got sued, and they got fired, and then there was a big thing with Vince McMahon because he worked for Vince McMahon at the time, and Vince McMahon told him to do it. And he was like, and then Vince McMahon was like, oh, I didn't tell you to do that. And he's like, yeah, I did. I ain't signing off saying that. He wanted him to sign a paper saying that you said you did this. You were acting on your own volition. I didn't tell you to do it. And he's like, I ain't signing that. You told me to do it, McMahon. You told me to do it. And McMahon would tell you to do some shit like that. So I believe it. I know I never experienced it, but I believe that he probably told him to go rough him up a little.
Seems like that kind of fella.
Protect the business. That's what they called it. Like in wrestling, protect the business, kayfabe. Which is this Carney language for fabrication. you're fabricating everything, but we're not letting them in on our. So kayfabe that. If you kayfabe it,
Kayfabe it. Gotcha.
Yeah. So guys, I know I'm giving away a lot of secrets in wrestling, and I'm ruining your feelings. And Alex looks like his mind's blown right now. He's like, so you're telling me Hulk Hogan?
I know.
Really?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
He really didn't drop.
He wasn't a Macho Man.
No, he's a Macho Man. Definitely the fucking Macho Man. There's no denying that fucking guy.
So okay. Wait.
Where were we? You dropped the bomb on people.
No. I want to get back to this because
okay, here we go with this.
So this guy, he was a reporter. He was a reporter for what? For like ESPN or something?
For like CBS.
For CBS.
Yeah, so he was doing. Okay, so.
So every time, here's what I want to say. Every time we talk about how poorly the media is being treated right now, they haven't been hit in a while.
Right.
They haven't been hit in a while.
And he was doing so. So the backstory is
he was
doing an expose on professional wrestling, and he got one of the lower level wrestlers who didn't really make it in wrestling. And so there's a great episode of Dark Side of the Ring. If you watch Dark Side of the Ring, it's on Vice. I recommend, even if you're not a wrestling fan, they talk about like all the dark shit that.
One of my friends was talking to me about it yesterday.
Dude, which one was he talking about?
They were talking about they were talking about how good the series in general was, but they were talking about how crazy Macho Man Randy Savage was.
Psycho man.
Yeah, and he was a Macho Man
in the closets and stuff like that because he was jealous. He didn't want it, but it's like don't bring your woman around these testosterone filled dudes who are like
quite literally
just kind of quite literally. Like you can't even stick them anymore
right.
because they're done. It's going to come back out. It's going to
they're just spitting testosterone. I
don't see how they lived as long as they did. People say that they died young. I don't see how they'll.
I'm surprised the Macho Man died because you would think that massive amounts of steroids, cocaine, and Slim Jims would be a recipe for longevity.
That's what we were banking on.
What you would have thought.
But sometimes you have to live and learn, and then you learn from the other guys, and you're like, man, it sounded like a great idea, but Macho didn't make it, and he died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Which
was it? Too many Slim Jims, or too much cocaine, or too many steroids? Which one was it? You think it was the Slim Jims?
Definitely the Slim Jims.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I know, fooling you guys. I'm not a doctor, but definitely the Slim Jims.
We are psychologists.
We're
so Slim Jims are good for
definitely psychologists.
Yeah. So who was the guy who hit this CBS reporter?
Dr. D. David Schultz. Adam, can you grab? It's one of these books. It should be on the bottom row. That's the wrestling books.
I'm just saying, can we get Fox News, CNN? They come in. Dr. David Schultz walks in, whaps them. Just one good whap.
Just all of them.
We've had enough. Just quit it.
This is Dr. D. David Schultz. Him holding a gun. And he was a bounty hunter too, so it's a really really good. And it's a very long book, very good though. It's only like I guess it's almost like.
It looks like this is a real book, like with words.
It's a legit.
And everything.
Words. It has. It's a book. But he became famous. Are you reading during the podcast? We should do some live streams and be like, come and check me out reading.
Oh, sorry.
I'm legit. I'm not even reading it out loud. I'm just reading it. I'm just reading.
Sorry, I didn't notice you there. I was reading.
So, what was the guy's? They were doing an expose, and McMahon knew that they were doing an expose. So he asked McMahon can we interview some of your wrestlers? Sure, you guys can come in and interview some of our wrestlers. This guy right here, Dark Side of the Ring, tells you they go back into how he was brought into the business. So now we're going to go into old school wrestling.
Okay.
This guy was trained by a So you see Luthez on my. I'm a wrestling nerd. So I got Luthez over there under the Charles Bukowski poem. Luthez.
Which book?
This no over there.
Oh, the whole thing.
That's
dope.
That's the poem right there. But the Luthez, the picture of the guy under him.
Yeah.
He that's one of my favorite wrestlers from that era. But he was trained by a guy from that era. The way that they brought them in is they would really wrestle. They would really catch can wrestling.
Okay.
Which is like jujitsu,
right? But
not jujitsu. It's wrestling, but you're grabbing a hold. Instead of it's a Kimura, it's a double wrist lock, and they did real wrestling back then. And then when a trainer thought that you were ready, they would take you and they'd be like, "Hey man, go in there, listen to him, do what he says." And then you.
Oh, I've heard that before.
Yep. Yeah.
From Ron.
Well, come on, Alex, you put me on. I told you not to bring that up. We're on. See, I said yes, Alex. We can go live, but don't bring Don't bring that stuff up.
I've been waiting I've been waiting a long time to take this up.
But so he was trained kayfabe, the art of kayfabe. Always protect the business. Anybody comes in that fucks with you, you fuck back, and you don't fucking. If you're in a bar fight, you better goddamn win because you're a real tough guy. So
you're not talking to me.
Exactly. No, in general. But so Dr. D. David Schultz is one of those hardline guys who don't deal with that type of shit. McMahon was like, hey, go interview this guy.
Yeah, I love it. I wish that he would just be there. Like, no matter who they're interviewing, I wish he would just be there. Like,
just go.
Just hit them. They need a few.
Just go. It's such a great. I'm gonna put it up. Have you seen it?
I think no, I haven't
seen it. I'm gonna show the smack just because it's a legendary. It's one of the legendary moments in wrestling, dude.
We need the mainstream media to be better. I think we need to be ready for them to be better. And I think that one thing that could help is a few just whacks during an interview. Like
just a good slap.
Legitimate ones. And this guy seems, if I just looking at him in this picture, I mean, that's a nonpartisan fella.
It's a nonpartisan fella.
He's ready.
He ain't paying attention to anything.
He doesn't know what's going on.
He don't, right.
Conservative, liberal, he'll hit you. If it's not making sense, he'll just hit you. And that's what we need. That's not what we need. We're in enough trouble. We maybe don't need this guy running our.
Maybe not not running wild on everybody.
Yeah,
right now.
we don't need. Yeah, maybe we don't need him.
All right, I'm gonna.
We already got in a dark place that way.
We did. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna.
Okay, so.
Turn this up. Because you have to.
I never watched wrestling growing up. I don't know anything about it except that they're all just yoked.
Right.
And
most of them are very yoked too.
And okay, so have you watched Pen 15?
No. What is Pen 15?
It's a show. It's on Hulu. It's like about middle school girls. It sounds weird. It sounds like another one of those. Anybody who watch it, it's good. But there's a wrestling episode.
Been asked dozens of times. What is this a good business? Yeah, it's a good business. I wouldn't be in it if it wasn't. Why is it a good business? Because only the tough survive. That's the reason you ain't in it. And this punk holding the camera reading he ain't in it. Reading these rednecks out here ain't in it. Because it's a tough business. That's terrific. What? Is that all you got? Honestly, the standard question. You know? Standard question. I think this is fake. You think it's fake?
Look what he got up.
Oh, that poor guy.
One more time. Boom. And I was like, oh, I'm out.
That poor guy.
Oh.
That's what I was talking about. That's danger.
Yep.
Other people.
Yep.
That guy.
100%. 100%.
These kind of psychopaths.
And he didn't even hesitate. Dude, he didn't even hesitate. He was. I feel like he was waiting. He was waiting for the standard.
He had gone into that interview deciding he was going to hit that guy, and it's luckily
he was going to hit him. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily
he was
that
like,
happened.
He was heated already from the questions. He didn't even want to be there. You could tell.
Whoever walked up, he was about to hit him.
You ain't in it. That's why all your little boys ain't in it. And he's like, I'm going to ask you the standard. How ballsy was that, though? You're going to ask this dude who's fucking towering over you.
Well, he was asking the standard questions.
The standard questions. And he already asked like most of the wrestlers that already, so it's not like he didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
They knew. I feel like they all knew it was coming, dude. They all knew it was coming.
So, like, another thing is, like, fake. I think this is fake. What does that, like, mean? What is fake?
It depends on who you ask. So to me, I know what people mean, and it's not one of those things. It's not like a thing to me. Like
right.
I'm not offended. I'm not any of that type of stuff. People try to take it, and they're like, "Well, I get bumps and bruises. That's not fake." And it's not fake. Like
I don't even know what that would mean.
Yeah, well, the main point is the physicality is real. The physicality is there, but we're working together to put on a show.
It's not an actual competition. It's a fake competition.
It's a fake competition, but it's a fake competition in the same sense of like gymnastics. So gymnastics, you could have a judge and they could judge your technique.
Boom, gymnasts, fuck y'all.
Right? No, they could judge your technique, and we could have wrestlers The gymnast. I respect the gymnast.
Yeah, I do. I have no idea.
Alex is trying to give me heat, man. Now I'm gonna have a bunch of fucking gymnasts coming after me. Like, you hear this wrestler?
You don't want them to. They're
you want this
tumbling.
fake wrestler to watch it? Was that a fake tumble? Like, I can tumble. I'm 6'7", but I can't really tumble
All right, go on.
well.
Go on. Before I got the gymnast.
I don't know where I'm going now.
Okay, so when you talk about like fake, I feel like it's like we can kind of bring it back to like how it is in art. Because what if somebody walked up to a painting? I think that's fake. Well, it's not a real fucking tree.
It's not a
I know
real
you're
tree, right?
like,
and that's the point that I make. It's like, yeah, but you like Spider-Man.
yeah.
Yeah, but you like Batman. It's the same. It's real to you. If it's real to you, that's what it is.
Dude.
Whatever your connection is to it, you know.
I was telling when we were talking about the whatever that show that my friends were telling me about yesterday. You were just talking about when they told me about that. It made me think and remember one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
What was it?
It was Lucha Libre in Mexico City. Dude.
That's my dream.
Dude. Oh my god.
Dream.
So
That's my dream.
here's a kind of
Lucha Libre is the way to go, man. Lucha Libre is amazing.
so I will
Mexican style and Japanese style. Those are my two favorite wrestling. I'm really good at the American style, but
you
those
look
are-
like
those
you
are
would be
some
good
great-
at Mexican style.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm a great
Just
bass.
looking at you.
I'm a great bass. I'm a great bass for that.
Yeah.
They can flip and jump around all me, and I can catch you, and I'll make
Climb
sure
you
you'll be
like a
safe.
tree.
Yeah, man.
Climb you like
I
a
have
tree.
a story for that, too. I have a fascinating story about Alabama with Lucha Libre, but
Okay.
tell me about Mexico City first.
So anyway, I just like the progression of my attitude because you're in Mexico City, so you want to go to the arena and see Lucha Libre. You kind of have to,
yeah.
and it's kind of a novelty. It seems like
You didn't get a mask?
no, because I have rights.
Oh.
No, I didn't get a mask. I didn't get a mask. I didn't get a mask. I don't know, guys.
Y'all ain't gonna tell
I don't
me.
even mean that, but.
Look at you backtracking. He's backtracking, dude.
So yeah, I just gave you more heat.
That was great. I love
Jesus.
it. Bring on the heat, baby.
So we went because like it's not expensive to go because the dollar goes so far because we're the richest country, I guess.
For
I don't know. For now, and we act like we don't have any money. But so anyway, you're there and you're like, just drop whatever you have, and it seems like nothing. So I was like, we can just go in and if we don't like it, we can just leave. We'll leave in like 30 minutes, just kind of check it out, see what it's about. We spent maybe $5.
Yep.
Well, cut to like an hour in, and me and Ashley are just like fucking spellbound. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
They're
dude.
not.
It's amazing.
So
They're amazing athletes.
just all
Yep.
spinning around,
Yep.
jumping, hooking their feet around people's necks.
Yep.
It doesn't even look like it could be real.
Right. It's like video games.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
But and the crazy thing about it is like, and there's like different perspectives with it because the American style it's way more improv based. That Mexican style, since they like a lot of it, you do have to choreograph. You have to plan it out a lot.
Uh-huh.
The more you work with each other, the less you plan, though. The more you know each other, the more you know what each other do. Now we'll go into my Lucha Libre story, my Lucha Libre experience. My friend Caesar, Caesar the Pleaser, he Caesar Casafranca. I don't know if you want your legit name out there, but too late now, buddy. Too late now. He got me booked on a Lucha Libre show in Alabama. A Lucha Libre show in Alabama.
What the fuck is that? How is that?
Now listen to this. We drive
I'm gonna
down
shut
there.
up.
We drive. No, please don't. Don't leave me here alone. I'm just talking to him, and he's just like, I said I was gonna shut up. I'm gonna,
Lucha Libre in Alabama. That's where I draw the line.
That's where I drew the line. So we get down there, and it's a legitimate Lucha Libre show, all Spanish. Me and there's three of us in the car, two white guys and Caesar. We're the only two white guys.
But you didn't notice at the time
We
because
had
you
no
don't
idea.
see.
No, we were just
Can't tell
going.
what race anyone is.
Right, we were just there is no race. There's no such thing. Come on. There's the human race.
But it's
There's one
also the most important thing. And go on.
Okay, so we get down there. We're the only two white guys there. Backstage, most of they're legitimate like AAA guys. So they have AAA is like another larger. I don't know if it was AAA that's in Mexico City or it might be the other ones. But either way, they're like really legitimate good lucha libre wrestlers. Majority of the crowd is Spanish speaking Hispanic people. There might be like a couple of white people kind of peppered in every now and then. So I wrestled.
So it's
Caesar.
non-representative.
Right. So I wrestled exactly. So I wrestled Caesar because we came together. We had a good match. They saw that I kind of had an idea of what I was doing. They had an injury at the end of the show, and they needed somebody to fill in. And they were like, "Oh, get the big guy."
You caused the injury, is what you did.
Big guy, go. No, big guy, go. Go now. You go wrestle. So now this is my experience. I have to go in there. I don't speak Spanish. Everybody else does, and now I got to wrestle. And this is where I learned that you don't have to speak this. You speak wrestling. You speak wrestling. And I always remember our coaches would tell us that. They were like, because we would ask them, "What's it like international style? How do you go?" And like, there's a little bit of a difference. But if you speak wrestling, you'll see it, you'll feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we started going, we made eye contact. There was a spot where he jumped from, I was on the bottom of the ring, and he jumped from the top down to me. And that takes a lot of trust to do it. But since we already seen it, we already experienced that, we had a good idea of what we were doing. We made the eye contact. He came down. Boom, I caught him. Boom, we hit the ground. It was just one of those crazy experiences where it was such a good learning experience for me, because I was like, wow, I don't need all I got. Like, I know how to do this, because we can just go out there and just go.
Yeah.
You don't have to speak the language or anything. You just go and you just feel it. That's like the amazing thing about the art of wrestling.
Yeah.
And
Sounds very intimate.
Yeah, dude. It was so cool, and the crowd loves it. Like I'm the big gringo out there beating them up.
You're big man
and
go.
I'm the big man. Yeah.
You're big man
big
go.
man go. Exactly. But
great...
it was such a cool experience, man. Like that's those types of things I can't like. That's what makes it worth it, because it's such a learning experience for me. And then on the way back, my mind was just blown, because I was like, man, what a fucking badass experience.
Doesn't it kind of like so in one sense it really like teaches you we're not that we're not different, like we're not so different.
Right.
There's all this. It's interesting because it kind of plays on something else that you were talking about,
right?
Where like we're obsessed with, we want to be, we have these two competing drives, which is like to be part of a group,
right?
But we also want to be an individual.
Right.
And so
right.
we want to be the same. We want to be like we're them, but we're different from. But I'm not like them.
Right. Isn't that such a weird duality that you have? Like,
dude, it's like when it comes down to it, as you can get as deep as you want to go with this or as not. But here's what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna fucking say it, man.
Just fucking say it, man.
No matter where you're from.
Waiting for, man.
No matter where you're from, you see a bunch of big dudes throwing each other around. You want to watch it. It doesn't matter.
Dude, Mark's.
It doesn't.
So at Mark's.
You're going to stop.
Now
you can be from fucking India, or you can be from Mexico.
So there was a guy, he had an accent in Mark's gym. I don't remember where he was from or whatever that. Adam and I were kind of like, so we would do like between sets, he does a lot of jujitsu, so I would kind of mess with him, and we kind of like go for a single leg, and he's a big boy. We're both big boys. I turn around, and this dude's like, "Are you guys going to fight?"
Was it Doctor the doctor?
I think. He had
love that guy. So nice.
Accent. He was cool.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Are you guys going to fight?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Because I would like to see that." And I was like, you know what? I would like to see it too.
Who doesn't want to? All right, so like,
I would like to see it too.
Here's the thing. That's the other thing. Like, as much as I really like, as much as I really hope, like, I think that's why I like reading history and hoping that we are not gonna repeat some of it. But like, as much as
it rhymes a lot though, don't it? It doesn't quite repeat, but it rhymes.
It's brutal.
History rhymes a lot.
Yeah,
man.
I'm worried about it.
It's
but
very similar.
So it's like, as much as like I hope that people can like peacefully resolve our differences and actually try to move forward and understand each other. You just like a fight is so cool. It's just so cool.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, like
it really is.
I feel like I can get away with it. I'm like, it already happened. I can't change it. Like, these dudes just walked out. That's, I think, the craziest thing. There was just one day you woke up, some guy was like, "Hey, how's farming going?" You're like, "It's fine. I farm. It's all I've ever done." He's like, "Well, here's this spear. We're gonna go. We're gonna sail 300 miles away, and then we're just gonna stab some people." And you're like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's what we're doing." And he's like, "Oh, fucking okay. I guess
I'm doing too.
Yeah.
I guess I have to do.
Do I have to go with you?"
You're part of the
and they're
Roman
like,
Empire,
"Yeah,
buddy.
if you don't go with me, I'm gonna stab you."
Right. That's the thing. That's what sucks about it, because sometimes you don't even choose your group chooses you, and there you go.
Hey, you're on this land, so you got to come with us.
Yeah, that goes back to where, like, a lot of that medieval stuff, where they were, especially, maybe it was like with the advent of nations. And no, but it was all tribes before that, because tribal societies were just as bad when it came to, like,
they just couldn't do it on as large of a scale.
It was way more organized. That's the crazy nationalistic thing, because then the empires start growing, and it's like it just keeps swallowing and swallowing and swallowing.
Yeah, it's like I'm all about it. I think that everybody should have every nation should have the right to choose their own identity. I don't think that they should be like, I think that imperialistic like tendencies are so it's like, oh man, so we have dual thoughts, because
we have Cheez-Its too.
So
keep going. Like, we're
yeah,
rolling, man.
it's like
I'm
we
deep into this conversation.
We shouldn't be able to do that. But then I'm like, but Rome should.
Yeah.
They should have been. Yeah, if Rome had never fallen, they should have been able to do it.
They would have been good.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I don't think that it's right to go over and conquer people's stuff, and I think that that's wrong. But not if you're Rome.
But they were doing it for the greater good. In the long run, they were going to.
They were doing it for peace. They were doing it for peace. They were doing it for peace.
You could argue that if you get everybody to kind of have the same type of similar culture, maybe. But then it's like the South Park.
But what do you do when your culture is fighting and killing people?
Right.
That's exactly what.
That's the problem.
They were like, listen, once we're all one empire, we'll have peace. And then as soon as they did that, they were like, yeah, but you're the Eastern Empire.
It's just like the North and South. Like, oh, I don't like them Yankees. Oh, them dumb Southerners. Like, y'all are the same country. You just live at geographically different locations.
Yeah.
But yet you don't like their accent.
Yeah.
And you speak the same language, and you don't like their accent, so I don't like them.
I don't like my own accent. And I don't like what we
Sorry, guys. I know you guys stopped commenting, and we got into it.
Are there comments coming in?
Yeah. Brett Butler said, I like it. It sounds like Law and Order every time he punctuates a point. I guess that's you.
Oh, me?
I'm thinking.
I do. I try to punctuate my points.
Yep.
Even though they're not good points.
Yep.
I still punctuate. They don't have to be
Laura
good points.
said, she started off on Lucha. She loves American style. Oh, she started with the Lucha style, and then now she loves American style. That's awesome.
So
Yeah, I'm far in the conversation. Sorry, guys. She said, Amora said, LMAO. Everyone stopped commenting. He's far into this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep
and then
end.
Brett Butler said, Rome didn't conquer. They used assimilation, which is more destructive.
They had an interesting.
You have to assimilate to us.
No, yeah, they did. They had an interesting type of assimilation.
And then over on YouTube, Laura Spangler said Geraldo had his own talk show. That's my generation. Shy, I would have had to leave 10 minutes to bring a client to work. Yeah, they're all just kind of commenting. Sorry, guys, we're just getting deep into the conversation, but keep the comments coming. I'll check back every now and then whenever I get a little bit of a break in the moment. But I'm too into everything. Where are we going with this now?
Dude, I'm so glad that you invited me to this.
Dude,
because
this is the shit, dude.
Yeah, it seriously has. So kind of like, I think before it's interesting, kind of the way that I guess the world progressed from just like my own perspective, my own world. But like, I was really trying to get into the idea of just talking to, like, spending more time with people. Which was like, I kind of picked a bad time because I was really, like, February was that for me. I was like, I'm going to spend more time with people. And then they were like, you can't spend time with people. Right. It's going to kill everyone.
You can't go around anybody. You cannot be around anyone.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, how to reintegrate to that, because I don't know. Like, I know we're in the middle of a pandemic. I get it. Like,
right.
I get it.
Right.
So like there's this worry of like spreading it, of course, but at what point is like there really is a danger to becoming so disconnected from
offset. There's an offset, right? There's an offset, because you're going to lose some people during a pandemic. We're going to lose people by being disconnected like that too.
Well, what do we lose? I really think that we are like we were already headed toward like this really intense level of polarization.
Yeah. And you see it just progressively.
And it's so brutal. It's so brutal. I even noticed like the political talk isn't about like try to advocate for this, try to advocate for that. That's some of it, of course. But there really is a lot of like fight, like almost talking about it like it's a war.
Right.
And it's talking about it like it's a war almost as the antecedent to an actual war.
Right.
Which, like,
where it's trying to get people, like, it's like the language is getting it desensitized in your head to hear those types of conversations, so that whenever it starts happening, you're going to be more prepared for it. You're going to be more familiar with it. But is that by design, or is that just human brains? Is the human brains, that weird psychology that we have, coming out?
We don't do well, I think, since I'm clearly a psychologist.
That's why I
which
asked.
we've established. We clearly don't do well behind like a screen. We have a lot of emotions that go through us, but we also mediate a lot of those emotions through whoever we're sitting across. Like if I say something, if I'm like, Ron, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Right.
You're like, hey man, like
you and I was getting after him?
you look at
Jeez.
you see the look on your you just look sad.
Right, exactly.
I mean, you look kind of sad all the time.
Well,
so you see it.
I am.
So you see it, and then you like think, oh, that was like maybe I shouldn't say that, or like there's this also inherent sense that like that's a person,
right?
And it's really easy the further that we get from each other, even if it's necessary, even if it's like
because you're going more into the in-group, out-group.
You get more. It's so much easier to get into in-group, out-group because you lose that common sense of humanity.
We're in it together. We all really are in it together, though.
We are, and I really think that people can agree on. I think that people in general can agree on a lot of things about how we should treat each other, and I really do hope that, like, okay, so let's take some like examples right now. I think that we know that there are problems with the way that the country has policed its people, but to say that police as a whole, like each individual one, is evil.
Right. That's exactly.
Or on the other side, like people, like who are there's all these problems, like people are rioting during these protests, whatever.
Right.
It's. I feel like we all want the same things, other than like there may be. I think people are generally good, and I think that we can come to some sort of agreement if we just try to talk.
Right.
I hope that we've got there.
The hard part is everybody has valid points.
Everybody has valid points.
That's the whole crux of the situation is valid, and there's invalid as well. But getting people to come together and to be like, okay, we can talk now. We have to come together. That's the hard thing about it. And
especially when neither side wants to give any ground, it becomes kind of dangerous to give concessions.
That's the problem, right?
When the other side isn't going to, and so you need to have some sort of a sort of mutual understanding. There needs to be some sort of forum that we have between these two polarized sides, where like the whole point is to come to some sort of mutual understanding. I don't think that we are at a point where people can't do that. I think that people understand I think many people do understand what's going on with even on the conservative side with the Black Lives Matter movement. I think that they get it. You have to get it. But I think that they're tired of being treated like they're evil. And if you're treated like you're evil, you're not really going to feel like anybody has your best interest in mind. Right. I don't think you're going to want to compromise. Right. And I hear like there's like a lot of rhetoric like, oh, you can't compromise with racists. And I would agree with that. But I don't think a lot of people
But you can't
are like
generalize people
racist in their I don't think racist in their core. And I think that I don't know how many people really want a world where we don't have any sort of like policing. Right. How many people want that world? Right. Truly. Right. It seems like
there's the balance.
It could get bad.
Balance.
It seems like it could get bad. Maybe we just want it to be better. Maybe we just want it to not target certain communities specifically. I know people who are cops. They seem like nice people. Right. You know. Right. They seem like fine people. And it may be that what they're told to do in their job puts them into situations that maybe cause some of these things. So I guess that's the other thing. Like, it's much easier to agree to change a system than to say that all of the people in it are inherently terrible.
Right.
Because what do you do with people who are inherently terrible? You can't.
Right.
And are we there? Like, are that many people inherently terrible?
But we just had a conversation that it wasn't. That people aren't.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really don't think people are.
Right.
I think that people want to.
But don't you think with the polarization, there's a lot of different points that people are trying to co-op different movements as well to get what they want, instead of it all being for the greater good. Because a lot of times,
well, yes, you're going to pull power players in all the time.
That's the hard part about it.
That's
for
the real
all sides.
That's a real big concern, I think, is like when we get so polarized, if we can't come together with some common agreement for what we generally want as the goodwill of humanity, like what kind of things we want to promote,
right?
Then you do open the door for power players to try to seize on that.
But people are and have always been doing that type of stuff anyway. They try to. The power players are always there, right? Trying. So it's for the real, actual citizens who make up majority of the country to be able to take the power and make it
just guard against that sort of
right. And that's what the system's supposed to be designed to do. But at a certain point, you have to stay on top of everything, because if you let it slack, if you don't watch your walls, there's going to be somebody trying to get through that wall. It's going to be something.
Yeah, I guess what I'm like, here's the thing. I don't know. I have nothing. There's nothing I can really do. Mm-hmm. I think many of us find ourselves in this situation in like the grander scheme. I'm pretty powerless. Like I can't fix it. This might surprise you, Ron, but I can't fix all the problems in our policing system.
Or anything.
I can't do it. I'm not any system. I'm just kind of picking on that one, because I think
it's hot right now.
It's hot right now, and it has some there's some problems for people of all races. By the way, like it's become pretty militarized. This isn't against if you're a police officer. I have plenty of friends that are, but like it's not. It's just the way that we've decided that we're doing it in this country seems a little bit wrong in certain respects.
Right.
In certain, personally, it's not been a problem for me, but I think that's because I don't live in certain areas and I look a certain way.
I think you don't live in certain areas and you don't belong to a certain class.
We could say that. Because
where I come from,
and don't belong to a certain class. Exactly.
Where I come from, we didn't have good relationships with the police. We were very poor. We didn't have a lot, so it wasn't like, oh, wow, we're so happy to see the police. It was never a really good... When we saw the police, it was never a good thing. So we don't have, like, a great... But we didn't...
Where'd you grow up?
Defuniak Springs, Florida.
Okay.
Small town. We didn't have much there.
I didn't know you were a Floridian. Kind of makes sense.
You didn't know that?
I get it.
I've been trying to explain
I get it.
But we didn't have those good relationships. It was not a oh yeah, we're so happy to see you, because when they came around, they're flashing their lights in your house and you're trying to hide, trying to show that you're not there. It's not a good experience. I have a lot of growing up, we had a lot of family members that were in and out of jail, bunch of bad experiences. We have a lot of personal experience to be able to say like, yeah, there's a lot of fucked up shit with the police. Mm-hmm. Not that we don't need the police. And I have a lot of good friends who are police,
right?
Which is a.
It's so hard now when you talk. You have to have all these caveats.
It's a necessary thing, right? But you do though, because it's such a gray area, and we're trampling around it, okay, and it's not like everybody doesn't. It's like I said earlier. Everybody has a valid point. Mm-hmm. There's some valid arguments for these things, whatever the case may be. So it's like, yeah, there's got to be something to make things better for people, but I don't know. I'm not jumping on either side. So I take myself back and I look and I watch and I see who I agree with, who I disagree with, but I'm not like super angry with it because I know that there's going to be a bunch of different perspectives and it's very, very it's a very emotional subject.
It is.
It's a very emotional subject, especially if you have personal experiences with that.
That's true.
That's a hard thing to do. So like it's tough. It's all tough, man. It's all tough. So, but our personal experiences, my personal experiences, we didn't have great experiences, you know. And
Yeah.
we did need police there too. Like there were some times when they were the heroes and we had to call them, you know. So it's like I can see both sides. I understand it, you know.
Well, there are. I mean, because there are two sides to it.
There's
It's
two
not.
sides.
It's not a cut and dry. It's not so like. I also hate. I feel like the internet has become this this place that's really rife with these overly simplistic arguments.
It's overly simplistic.
Overly
right.
simplistic for something that's incredibly complicated.
Right.
And I don't think it's complicated. I would, by and large, I think, first of all, these communities are clearly over-policed. I mean, I think they're clearly. It's just obvious.
Right.
It really seems like it's not that, like, when you can't get people to agree on these basic facts, because then you can't get people to agree, like, we probably need some police. Because there have been nations that haven't had them in the past, and it's really tough. Like, you don't go out at night, basically. That's what you do. You just don't go out at night.
Yep.
At that time.
Chelsea Haas said, "I came because I saw Cheez-Its."
Oh,
And we're about to get to the Cheez-Its.
We gotta get
Don't
to the
worry.
Cheez-Its.
We jump around a lot, but we're about to jump back onto the Cheez-Its. So he bought how many things of Cheez-Its?
Can I just? I got 4 types of Cheez-Its.
Okay.
I feel like I should finish this. I've gotten myself into some dicey territory.
Get out of that.
As I always do.
Get out of that dicey
I don't know.
territory. If you can.
I'm not trying to get myself out of it, but I think that it's worth like considering to keep talking about. Be at least a little further, so like people don't want to kill me. But I think that it's very clear that there are 2 valid sides, and you have to be able to agree on basic truths. And I think that a lot of people do agree on those basic truths. I think people see that these communities are over-policed, and I think
everybody has different basic truths. That's the.
I don't know. I feel like you really could if you had some goodwill and actually would just try to hear the other person too, because there's a lot of like lip service paid to listening, and it means listen to like me, but not me listen to you.
Right.
But I think you can get people to see the very obvious fact that the whole reason the drug war was started was to police black communities during the civil rights. That's why.
I don't know.
That's really why it's recorded. That's why. That's why they started it. That's the whole reason they started it. That was the point of it. So maybe ending that could be good for like it. We have there's a lot of like lip service about like this is a racist, this is racist. That one actually is like definitely.
Yeah.
Like verified. So maybe end that, and then maybe just agree that we need police as a general service, and that having them properly funded, and that even what they're doing currently is at least maybe 80%. If you're part of that 20% that's being abused by them, it doesn't matter. You don't care that 80% of it's good, but maybe 80% of it is useful.
Right.
Is that fair?
Yeah, I would think that's fair.
I don't know.
That's fair. I don't know.
I don't
know.
I don't know about this percentage. I made them up in my head.
I haven't looked up any of the statistics. I haven't looked up any of the information on that. I know my personal experiences from where I came from and what we dealt with. All that.
So
stuff,
you were in that 20%.
I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's all I know.
Yeah, you're in that 20%.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I don't want to. I can't jump out on a ledge and say. And speculate how we need to change systems, and I don't necessarily know exactly how all the systems work.
Right, it's that's the other thing. It's pretty confusing.
I'm sure that. Well, that's
how many of us do?
That's the hard part about it, because it's very easy to tear stuff down, but then what are we putting in place of it? We want something better, but I don't know anything about the subject, man.
Well, I don't know why I came here, because that's what I was thinking you would.
Well,
I was assuming you'd fix it right now. So anyway, that's been like a personal. I really just want to talk to people.
Exactly.
That I know one-on-one, because I think that we do well.
Exactly.
Okay, so should we get into this?
Let's do the cheeses, baby.
Okay.
Let's do the cheeses.
Do you want to talk?
This is what we've been waiting for.
Have we really been waiting this whole time for this? Really? This whole time I was talking?
The whole time he's just wanting Cheez-Its.
I was going, okay.
So.
Do you want to go over the history?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cheez-Its were created in the 1920s. Majority of what these actual things are made of is like starch.
Put that back.
And it has like a little bit of cheese. They have like a little bit of cheese in them. And I actually looked up.
I think this is what's going to bring us together.
This is the flavors right here. This is. I think Cheez-Its brings everybody together.
Yeah. This is it.
So we were talking the other day, and we were like, how many? Did you ever see the list of how many different flavors and types of Cheez-Its there are?
No.
It's ridiculous. I
would say.
That's 24.
Any more than 4 is too many. Really more than one type is too many.
35.
Welcome to capitalism, baby.
35. And let me pop this up for everybody so that everybody can see how many of these damn things there are, because it's a ridiculous amount. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Atomic cheddar. Which ones do we have?
We don't have atomic cheddar. Why'd you bring it
Oh,
up? Why'd you bring it up?
I wanted atomic cheddar.
I couldn't find it. If I had seen atomic,
I was hoping.
At my core, I'm an American. I would have picked up atomic.
Jesus. These are just extra toasty.
I don't have. All right. Do you want me to just tell you what we have so you don't? I don't think extra toasty. I don't think extra toasty is all that it's cracked up to be. Okay. So I got cheddar jack.
Cheddar jack.
So can I just say this? I think Cheez-Its are the most hilarious snack. The name.
What is it that you like? What is it? What was it that made you want to bring up Cheez-Its?
It's purely the name. Like, it seems so juvenile. Like Cheez-It. It's
with
just
a Z
Cheez-Its.
too.
I know.
I think that I even spelled it wrong. Did I spell it with the?
There's actually. Here's the thing. Look at the box.
100. How? It's not 100% real cheese. Like, there's like a little tiny part of it that's cheese.
Look at what this says.
Cheese it.
There's no Z or S. We put the Z in.
Huh.
We just put that in with our heads. I thought it had a Z too. I thought it had a Z as well. It's just cheese. It's just cheese it.
I always thought it was cheese its.
So I feel like it's a really.
Goodness.
I feel like it's a really. There was like, I think just for some reason the name. I was like, Cheez It. It's just so silly.
It's such a weird little snack too.
It's so.
But they taste so good.
They're so good.
What flavor is this? Is this original?
So this is cheddar jack. It's the closest to original. I actually couldn't find the original. It's the closest to original that there is.
Those were hard to find.
Okay, so let's start with cheddar. Let's come back. Let's do a full circle.
Yep.
And then come back around.
Take a couple of the cheddar jack.
That's good.
What do you taste? I taste the cheddar right off the bat.
That's all I can taste.
Cheddar's like the first thing you taste.
I'm not a cheese expert. I feel like if I was, I wouldn't be bringing Cheez-Its over.
This whole time, I feel bad now that I read about the Cheez-Its, because I thought it was just like cheese that was turned into crackers, but it's crackers with a little bit of cheese in them.
Yeah, it's clearly crackers.
And it's like paprika or some type of a flavor.
Paprika's in it.
I should have kept it up.
Okay.
Dang it.
So,
But yeah, that tastes really good.
that's good. I mean, they're good. You want more?
I think just one more.
Because we have more. We have a lot.
Okay,
We have a lot to
try
go.
one of that.
Okay, so that was cheddar jack. Let's go with white cheddar. And I really am. I'm moving in a very specific direction here. This is white cheddar. We have 4 types of Cheez-Its.
Okay, so we had cheddar jack and now white cheddar.
We got white cheddar.
Oh my goodness.
So whatever the difference is going to be.
You want to take one? No? You scared? You scared of the Cheez-Its?
Dude, no, he already knows that he's going to show us up. He wants to let us.
I haven't had Cheez-Its in a long time. I saved this. I did not get Cheez-Its because every time I pass by him in the grocery store, I'm like, I got to get some Cheez-Its now that Alex brought them up.
I don't know. Yeah. I did it. I started it purely as a joke, but now it's become a snack that I eat because I just thought it was silly. I thought they were silly. And they are, but they're so silly that they draw you in.
So, guys,
I feel like I just resonate with the Cheez-It. Like, they're kind of silly, but they do what they do, and they do it all the way.
And they're not a complete square, too. That was another thing, because they apparently people think that Cheez-Its are squares, but it's not.
You're right. It's slightly longer on one side. Do you have the measurements?
I had it up, but
do you have the dimensions?
I took it. I had something else.
Okay, so far.
Hold on, I'm gonna get the dimensions.
You know what? Let's not make any judgment calls until we go all the way around. Okay, so we had the white cheddar.
Why's it gotta be white cheddar? That was Brett Butler asking that.
Right, Brett? What I'm
Yeah,
talking
buddy.
about. Can it just be cheddar?
Can it just be cheddar? Well, we just had cheddar, though, right?
We had a cheddar jack,
Yeah.
which is kind of rude to the jack community, if you ask me, but
I don't think Jack will appreciate it that much. That's for sure.
I certainly don't.
There it is.
And I think we need to call. I think we need to call in Dr. Dave Schultz.
Yeah. Here we go. So it's the ingredients are salt, paprika, yeast, soy, lecithin, and something else that I can't read.
So here's another thing that I was
enriched flour. At least it's enriched.
I bought these 4 boxes right before I came over. So
Where'd you get them from?
I got them from a Giant. Yeah. Which like as I was leaving, like I'm walking out with 4 boxes. I'm walking up to the register with 4 boxes of Cheez-Its, and I was like, I just hope no women see me right now because I got 4 boxes of Cheez-Its. And I'm happily in a relationship. I don't need that kind of I don't need women throwing themselves at me as I'm buying 4 boxes of Cheez-Its at once.
Did they see you walking out with it?
I had to hide them because I can't have women all over me.
That's the hard part about it.
Yeah, I can't have them all.
See you walking around with a backpack full of Cheez-Its.
4 boxes of Cheez-Its? It's like, Ron, here's.
That's a bachelor right there, man.
I have just always had 4 boxes of Cheez-Its at once money. But I don't like to flaunt it. You know?
4 boxes of Cheez-Its at once money.
I'm just saying.
You're a high roller, dude.
I can buy.
This whole time you could do that?
Last year I could have bought 4 boxes of Cheez-Its at once if I wanted to.
And I felt bad because I was trying to save up for a box. And you're just sitting here bringing in
This is why I didn't want to talk. This is why I didn't want to talk about it. So you don't like the flaunt.
What have we got here?
Oh, you might need to grab definitely more than one on this because this
Lori
is bacon.
Said that they get the variety box. There's a variety box? I didn't know there was a variety box of Cheez-Its.
God damn it.
Thanks, Lori. Now you called out Alex because Alex didn't get the variety box. We're over here giving ourselves.
I don't have variety box money, Ron.
Oh, go.
I got 4 boxes.
4 box money.
I got 4 box money, but not variety box money.
And that's family size too. I guess variety's probably got to be the family size.
Yeah, come on. Like I'm a working class man here.
Right.
Let's grab. So you want more than one because this is bacon and cheddar. And so I get the idea that
is very different.
I get the idea that one's bacon and one's cheddar.
Damn. Maybe I just had the bacon one because, dude.
It's weird. It's smoky.
This is the way to go. This is the way to go.
It's kind of smoky.
So, oh my goodness. There's no reason. Yeah, guys.
It's
She
weird.
says, what does guy and cheese have to do with anything? What does a guy and Cheez-Its have to do with anything? Oh.
I don't know what that means.
Just like Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
That was what he wanted to talk about. So
No, I hope I don't.
We'll hit up some Cheez-Its.
Yeah. I don't know. It has nothing to do.
The bacon Cheez-Its are those stick out really well to me.
It's kind of gross.
They stick out.
It's gross when you're paying attention. Here's the thing. When you're eating Cheez-Its, you're usually not paying attention to them.
Yeah. But if you're right now, if you're trying to taste bud it and you're trying to taste test it,
it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I'm still eating them.
My least favorite is this one.
There's something wrong about it.
So far, this is number 3, right?
This is an abomination.
Those are the weird ones. So the white cheddar was I like the white cheddar ones.
Now I saved this.
I like the regular cheddar ones.
I saved this for last because it throws in another wrinkle, quite literally.
Different texture now.
These are the grooves.
Literally.
These are the grooves. So it throws in several wrinkles. All right, Ron, let's do this.
Shot.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Oh. What flavor is this? You just said you had to hide the cheese. I hope no woman sees you. Oh, yeah. No, so Amora wasn't. Oh, no, I got you. Amora was like, why do you have to hide the Cheez-Its when a woman sees you with them? Alex,
I don't want to be too attractive when I'm walking around with 4 boxes of Cheez-Its. I'm in a relationship. I love my girlfriend. And so I don't need that temptation of just like women throwing themselves at me when I have 4 boxes of Cheez-Its at once, which is a natural inclination of really anyone.
I love how Amora was like, I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
She's like, I would steer clear of any man with 4 boxes of Cheez-Its. That's right.
4 Cheez-Its. I'm not attracted to that guy.
Right. Like, I'm leaving.
What kind are these though? That's a different flavor.
It's zesty cheddar ranch, but I'm just gonna say this. We maybe have gotten into some controversial areas here.
Uh-oh.
On this podcast, but
you don't like bacon.
No. This is going to be this is where the tables really turn, and where we really lose. Where you lose listeners. Where people they
just drop off like flies.
They're going to drop off. They're not going to want to hear anything that you have to say after I say this. But these aren't Cheez-Its. These are Wheat Thins.
Oh,
these are Wheat Thins.
These actually are Wheat Thins.
These are Wheat Thins.
These actually are like Wheat Thins.
It's just like Wheat Thin. They took a Wheat Thin, they slapped cheese on it.
They're competing. They're trying to jump into the. Yep, exactly. They're trying to jump in on the old Wheat Thins.
This is a cheddar Wheat Thin. It's pretty straightforward. I think it's clear, and I think that the Cheez have been trying to pull one over on us with these grooves.
Pulling that wool over the eyes.
I've never bought the grooves before.
I never had them either. Those are definitely. You could take a regular piece of cheese and eat it with it, right?
You could.
I think anyway.
Actually, that would be so. Let me tell you about what I've done in some of my darker moments.
Brett Butler said some girls go for length, some for girth, some for Cheez-Its.
Why can't Brett be here? Why can't Brett be here?
Amora said you got it in the bag right there. You're getting everybody excited about the Cheez-Its.
Yeah. So
I didn't know I didn't know that these were a chick magnet.
In some of the darker moments of my life, when I'm less proud of myself, I have been known to take two Cheez-Its and put a piece of cheese between them and eat them like a little cheese sandwich. And I don't know if that's innovation or what would you say? Not. I would say just sad.
just sad. And Amora said, I guess I'm growing a penis then, Brett. What is happening in the chats now?
We're growing penises.
I look away for 1 minute and I don't know what is
We're
going
growing
on
penises.
in there.
Who's this? Who are these people?
Amora?
I know Brett.
Yep. Amora is one of our friends on here. That she's usually here. She's
okay,
a
cool.
friend from Chicago. And Lori's a friend from Massachusetts.
Nice. Oh, you got all over the country.
Yep. With a couple of friends from all over the place. Amora's laughing her ass off now. Well, you made us all laugh our asses off because she's got to grow a penis. You can just eat Cheez-Its. You don't have to grow, You
don't have, let's be clear. You can grow a penis if you want.
If
you want, but you don't, here's the thing. You don't have to do it to eat the Cheez-Its.
Right. If you just want Cheez-Its, you don't have to do all that.
Yeah, and if you just want to grow a penis, you can do that.
Go do that.
But if you want both, you can have both. That's all. I don't want people to think that they need a penis to eat Cheez-Its, but I don't want people to think that they can't grow one if they want one.
I'm going to ask you a really, really hard question.
Okay.
And I need you to be as honest and real as you've ever been in your life, okay?
I've never been either of those things.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I had to preface it.
Yeah, that's why
I had to preface it and make sure he knew that we were on the same page. Alex, this is not a fucking joking
matter. Okay. It's not a joke anymore.
It's not a joke.
No, I knew once the Cheez-Its came out that we stopped joking.
When the Cheez-Its came out, it's like,
the joking ended.
Super serious stuff here, and our lives could depend on this.
Mine does.
Yours. I wasn't going to tell you that yours did, but it does. I didn't want you knowing the stakes were that high. I was just going to, let's not tell the poor guy. His life is on the line right now. Depending on whether we flip this coin or not.
Hit me with it.
Which one's your favorite?
Dude, it's not even, honestly, it's not even tough.
No?
Cheddar Jack, the classic. They were right when they were good when they started. And they didn't need to change anything about themselves. And it's like most of us. Like, the way that you were who you were at your core Cheez-Its was good enough.
Yep.
You tried to do all these things to impress us. You tried to change who you were.
Now, I like the white cheddar. Now, we need them both here.
Okay.
Now,
well, I can respect that, though, because it's sort of...
I gotta try it. It's still similar.
It's still at the basics.
It has, like, a little different taste.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to see... What do you think, Amora? Which one do you like? I don't know what she said no for. She said she has a sad face on there now. I'm sorry we made you sad. But she seems
really nice.
Yeah, she's a sweet pie. All right. This is your favorite. This is my favorite. I'm going to go with
look,
first.
in-group, out-group again.
In-group, out-group.
I fucking hate you now.
Even though they're...
I hate you now.
Hey, no, but we're in the same group because they're Cheez-Its. I'm just different.
What do you like?
You like the bacon ones? Oh no, you got
new out-group.
Yep, that's true.
New
out-group. We're all Cheez-Its, but we all have our out-group now.
Okay.
Lori said, "Do you guys have a favorite Cheez-It?" Yeah, because Lori said she likes the white cheddar the best.
I
That's
respect
what I
that.
just said, but I like that one. I have to go back and forth. Bacon isn't. Now that I'm having them both side by side.
This one's a little stronger of a flavor.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It depends on I think it depends on where you are in your life. Like, if you are if you are pretty, I think if you're, here's why I think I'm really drawn to this. It's a stronger flavor.
Yep.
It's more in your face. And right now, like, I need to feel something.
Yeah.
I need to feel something. I'm
have to
empty.
say,
My life's empty.
For me, these are stronger now. See, I might be a flip flopper.
I feel like if I was in a better place, I would like these more.
I don't think so though, because I don't taste that as much. If I have these side by side, you can't eat one of these and then eat that and then.
I don't think
you can't taste it. That just tastes like a cracker now.
I will say I think we did something that we shouldn't have done. Mm-hmm. I think we never should have done this.
This was a horrible idea.
I think we ruined. I think we did something that's not supposed to be done. You're not supposed to buy this many Cheez-Its at once.
So Lori said, "I like white cheddar the most." Shamala said, "Will it be weird if I say I don't like Cheez-Its? That will be weird. How dare you?"
It would be weird. I wouldn't say it's wrong.
It's not wrong.
I
of course
think
not wrong.
It's a sign of an emotional maturity.
Yeah, she's probably a lot smarter than me too.
Yeah.
Amora said, "Thank you. I like the jalapeno." The jalapeno one. Seems like that'd be an interesting, because it's got that more of a taste to it, you know.
This I got to tell you, man. I'm starting to change my mind.
Are you? Are you flip flopping?
So just cleanse your palate a little bit.
All right.
Cleanse your palate.
I'm out of water. Shit.
Can
you give me some water? All right, I'll do it with a little bit of tea.
What kind of tea you got in there?
Black tea.
Oh.
Sugared with a half a cup of honey and a half a cup of sugar.
Okay.
Because I used to just do honey, but that was a little too boring for me, so I added a little bit of sugar, and then it put it over the edge.
So I switched from, now I'm back to, like, thank you so much. Since my life has just, not my life, since the entire world's lives have gotten flipped, turned upside down, flipped, and all around. I was going tea.
Say that again.
I was trying to do a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's what it was. Okay.
So I was getting into tea for a little while. I was like getting my shit together. You know, I felt like I was moving from coffee to tea. I felt like I was becoming a sort of like a more distinguished person. Mm-hmm. But since the pandemic, I've been back to coffee. But I was really getting into tea, and I thought it was helping me.
Yeah, I switched. So I cleanse my palate and give these the right.
Yeah, give them the right try.
Rick said he likes cheddar jack. That's this, right? That's like the closest to the original.
This is the closest to the original I could find, but I was in a hurry. I wanted to avoid all the babes that would flock to me from the Cheez-It aisle.
The babes who are they want Cheez-Its, dude. They all want the Cheez-Its.
It's not the Cheez-Its themselves. It's the status. It's the status of having 4 boxes at once.
And Stephanie Cook said, "I like the grooves."
Okay.
The grooves, is that what we just had?
The grooves are the ones. So I don't think there's anything wrong with liking the grooves. I just think you like Wheat Thins better than you like Cheez-Its. They're Wheat Thins.
They're Wheat Thins. Yeah, they're Wheat Thins.
They're Wheat Thins in consistency. They're Wheat Thins in consistency. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with.
They're good.
There's nothing wrong with liking
they're
Wheat Thins.
A-okay, but they are pretty.
It doesn't mean you're a bad person.
They are pretty much Wheat Thins.
They're basically Wheat Thins with cheddar flavor.
Wheat Thins.
Yeah.
I think anyway.
Okay, give us the scoop on them.
Yeah,
what you think of
what
them?
You got, baby? Oh, which one did you grab?
He grabbed the grooves.
He grabbed the grooves. All right. I'm cleaning my palate one more time just so I can make sure.
I like that they have the groovy texture though, and I do feel. I think when I'm eating them, I feel a little cooler. I feel a little sexier. You know, I think it helps my confidence. If I had a few Cheez-Its grooves before I went and did really anything, I think I'd probably be more successful. I think we can all say that.
Yeah, most definitely. I think I would have much better luck with women if I brought these Cheez-Its out there.
Dude, you would have too good a luck.
It's too good a luck.
You're tall. You're tall. You're handsome. You got great hair. I don't know that you
Thanks
need
for the hair.
It's great hair.
I'm so insecure about my hair.
Are you really?
No, not really.
Why would you be?
Why would I be?
Yeah.
What kind of a question? Are you really? How
Yeah.
dare? How dare you?
What is it? Here's the only critique is that you're so tall that it's hard to see the full full mane of hair.
Got to bend down and show it a little bit more.
I know you really do.
So I like the white cheddar. You can taste the white cheddar.
Yeah, it's more distinguished. I think you.
I'm sorry, guys. I did not think that we were going to do a taste test, but we're just going with the flow.
You
here.
didn't think we were going to?
Well, whenever you brought the 4 boxes, because I brought up the list of Cheez-Its, and we still got to go through this list.
Oh my God, I didn't. Okay, let's go through the whole
There's
list.
a big list. Well, I'm just going to name them out and then see if anybody sounds like they'd want to mess with it. I mean, there's 34. There's 34.
Shoo, Jesus, good
All
Lord.
right, now let's get this one.
Communism couldn't give us that.
This one's really good. I'm gonna flip flop from the white cheddar to this jack.
I flip flopped.
To the cheddar jack. You flip flop too? See,
We're all the way around.
we flip flop, and
We're all the way around.
all on more. She said, "I don't understand why women would find a guy with 4 boxes of Cheez-Its more attractive." She is still hung up. She is still hung up on that.
If you don't know, then you don't know.
Maybe that's why she was like, "I need to grow a penis."
She's
to
actually
find out."
she sounds more mature.
She's right.
Yeah, she sounds
Definitely right.
she sounds mature. That's good.
Yeah, this is.
It's good that she.
It was a joke. It was a joke. It was. I have to say it. It was a joke. It wasn't.
Jigs up. Fucking
serious. It
Ron,
wasn't a
thanks
super
a lot.
serious. Don't now, fellas. Don't y'all go out there and start grabbing boxes of.
I don't know.
Cheez-Its
Try it.
and take it to the. You should try it. You could try it.
It's just
And
like we
take
were
it out
saying
to the
before,
club.
like about going out into the woods. Just try it. I don't know. I'm not saying it will work. I'm not saying it won't. I'm saying try it.
And Shamala said, exactly. Even I am confused, and I feel I am out of the world or something. They are admiring it so much, and me here, I don't even like it.
I feel like this is actually this is the actual. It's not even a joke anymore because it's like all the things that we think are going to be attractive to women. They're like, what the fuck are they doing?
This is
Like-
the dumbest thing.
Right.
This is the dumbest
We're like,
thing.
chicks are gonna love this. They're like, we
they're gonna
don't
enjoy
like
it.
anything that you do. Stop.
You don't know what you're doing.
You have no idea.
You are just very confident in your abilities.
Right.
And that has to change.
Right.
And it just has to change.
Right.
Because it's not working.
We sometimes sleep with you in spite of that, like occasionally.
You need to combo up. Which mix tastes the best?
This is gonna get tough.
That's why, and Amora said, that's why I said I need to grow a penis. So I know, we figured it out. We figured it out now. We got it.
We've cracked the code.
Now we're all on the same page.
We've cracked
now.
the code. Oh, I mean, we're sort of. We at least know we don't know. We know we don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
We know we don't fully get it. It's fine. I've never really thought that I understood anything. That's just as a blanket statement.
And Laura said, "Oh wow, an hour in, and we finally got to Cheez-Its."
I didn't know that we were really aiming for the Cheez-Its, you know?
I named the stream the Cheez-Its.
Oh,
And
okay.
I looked up a little bit
okay.
about the Cheez-Its. It's not. This isn't about Cheez-Its. I thought it'd just be a fun.
It is
fun
now.
thing
It's
to
about.
do.
It was hard.
It's a
We
fun
should
thing
have
to
started
do.
with the Cheez-Its because we knew it was going to be hard for us to get around to the Cheez-Its because
we just go.
We go
all over.
We
the
just
place.
go.
all over the place, and we've been going an hour and a half now. So let's go another 20, 30 minutes.
We can
and
do
keep
another
it
20,
moving.
30. So I want to hit you
Keep
with
it moving,
this.
baby. Keep it moving.
If we could, if they want people to go to Mars, but you're going to die on the ship.
On the way there.
On the way there, you're going to die on the ship. I don't know. I'm just like,
But okay.
imagine that, but your children get to live on Mars.
Oh wow.
Would you go?
Huh.
Is that idea being floated? Is that a thing?
Okay. Let's go a little bit deeper with that now. So, what's the situation at hand? Are we going there as like to create colonies?
Yeah.
Or
Let's say
are
we're
we
going there.
escaping our fate? Are we escaping all the out groups that want to kill us, and then we want to go over there and create our in group, and then colonize over there, and then come back and beat these motherfuckers and take Earth back?
Ooh, I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna.
Because I feel like that's probably what we're gonna do. Because if people in like different geographical locations on the same ball,
Why can't we just?
they're gonna go over there, and then they're gonna spend a little bit more time away, and they're gonna be like, those Earthlings.
You're right.
Fuck
You're
those
right.
Earthlings.
You're right. You're right.
So, I mean, I don't. See, that's just where my mind goes. So
No,
I'm like,
you're
okay,
right. You're
am I
right.
going to be the beginning of the colony that's going to come back and strike Earth, or is Earth not even going to be here? Is it an escape so that we can go over there? Because I would think, so me being happy-go-lucky, I would be like, I want to go over there so we can have another place. We're going to live. Then we're going to branch out and we're going to go further.
You naive fool.
We're going to be
You naive
exactly.
fool.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
You know what you've just done? You've helped create, because you're going to be populating the next. You just created a race of super tall, beautiful haired men from another planet.
Man. Gotta try.
Yeah, they're all tall and handsome, and they have great hair. They're just going to come back, and they're just going to destroy these shitty haired short men.
Paul, we will talk. I'll talk about the setup at a certain point. Yeah, but thank you, brother. He said it's a cool setup.
It's a great setup.
Thank you, brother.
The setup
I
is
put a lot of work into this stuff.
I can't believe that. First of all, you have two canvas prints of your cats, which is
I'm gonna commission.
I don't
another
know why.
One.
Yeah, you want me to make you one?
Artsy, yes,
okay,
sir.
I'll make you.
Yes, sir.
I'll paint your cats.
Yeah, Paul,
that would be great. That would be great.
Yeah.
He looks. I don't know what he was looking at, but it just looks so devious. He looks hateful.
He is in my kitchen. Just sitting on. He's just sitting there. I don't know what he might have been looking at a fly, thinking like I'm gonna kill that fly if I can reach it. But yeah, he's very devious. He is very devious. He's a devious cat, man. Like I told you, I haven't seen him for a week, and I start walking towards him outside, and he sees me coming. He starts walking faster, like, no, don't come and get me.
So
like, you haven't seen me in a week. If you were a dog, you'd be all over me.
Yeah,
you know,
they're ungrateful. That's why they're the best training for children. They're just ungrateful, like we were. Like I was a piece of shit, just a little ungrateful piece of shit.
Oh, wait a minute. Amora said, on the side of the box it says Cheez it. But the face of the box says cheese it.
Oh, the Z is in the cheese. The Z's in the cheese. My God.
What?
Our minds can just play the craziest tricks on us.
This is weird.
The Z isn't after the T. It's after the. The Z is the S.
Cheese it's. Cheese it's.
Dude. We can't.
The Cheez-Its. I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys feel about the Cheez-Its, but come on, man. The Cheez-Its. They're delicious. They're delicious. The name freaks you out a little bit. They're bought by 4 or 5 different companies. They started in the 1920s, and it was like a family, and they made these little cheese crackers, and they started building it up, and then they finally sold it to Nabisco, and then Nabisco sold it to Keebler, and I think Keebler owns it now, or whoever it is. I might have said that vice versa.
Disgusting.
But Cheez have been around for a long time. We see which one he's going to accidentally forget here. It's going to be like, oh, Alex forgot a Cheez-Its. Oh, it's the bacon ones. Thanks, Alex. The ones that he didn't even want.
There's
anyway.
the extra big Cheez-Its.
And Amora said, I never noticed that in code before now. He said, you shifted from Cheez-Its to Kafka-esque debate.
So here's what I'm saying, Ron. Imagine that you do decide to go to Mars, and when you're going to land, what's greeting you is just 1,000 of that. Just that, looking up at you, waiting for you to get there. Man. And they're like, we've been waiting for you, like, time to do our bidding.
Yep.
Like,
I'll do their bidding.
The cats?
Whatever y'all need, man. Whatever y'all need.
They've just had agents down here.
I'll do whatever you say. I keep him fed.
Hey,
I keep him well fed too. He's getting fluffy now. He's starting to get his winter coat.
Do you think aliens have visited us?
Here we go. I think yes. I think that. So I love that Bob Lazar episode with Joe Rogan. The part where he talks about like, oh yeah, he was working on the spaceship. And
that was crazy.
And he couldn't find any fasteners points.
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean, it freaked him out at that point because it was like, I can't see like where they would connect this stuff, and we don't have anything like that until 3D printing came out.
Yeah.
And then when 3D printing came out, it was like, So that right there, just that example right there is like,
Yeah.
They would be way better, but I would think that, I don't know, all of our we can only imagine like what we've experienced, and then you can try to get creative off of that, but we don't even know. So maybe I think so.
So here's what here's what I think. I think that we like if we've been visited by aliens, people are having these visitation experiences, and they're all like weird. It's like the aliens poked my butt, and it's, they did whatever, they were probing us. I think that first of all, they would be so much smarter. They don't need to do any of that.
No, they already know.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I think the ones that are doing that, I think some are doing that. I think they're just the fucking weirdos. They're just weird-ass aliens.
Yeah.
They have no reason to need to do it.
It's the weird-ass animal.
They're like, whatever, pick up one of them. Let's do whatever.
What's going to happen when we do this?
Like, think about, like, okay, like, we think, like, oh, they were smart enough to build this. They were smart enough to build that. Well, tons of us drive cars that we don't know how to build cars.
Right.
They're just some dumbass aliens that live with a species.
They're still more advanced than us, obviously.
Yeah, and some
They're
of
the
them built
dum-dums of their
spaceships.
species.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the dum-dums. They come here. They're like, yeah, let's pick one up. So
Exactly,
we don't.
exactly.
You know, we're not getting the best. We're not seeing the best. We're not seeing this.
And that's what I feel like. So here, let me switch up our scene real quick so they can put it back more on the focus on us, since we're talking about more.
What were we focusing on?
I had the list of Cheez-Its, how many Cheez-Its there were.
Oh, okay.
So Paul Montino
We could all
wants
use
to
that
know,
information.
did you guys watch the Navy pilot UFO footage? Yes, I've seen that.
Oh, the most recent one?
Yeah, is it the most recent one you're talking about, Paul? If it is, I think that I saw it like
Or that
6
was
or
released
7
a couple-
months ago.
yeah,
it
it
was
was-
a little while ago. But you see it, and that's not the first one that you've seen,
Dude.
And a lot of them are similar.
So I was out one night stargazing. Just like I had my celestial binoculars, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna look for this galaxy or whatever. And
Right.
I don't know what I want to find.
Right,
and I'm
right.
like up looking at the sky, and then I saw these 3. It was not 3. I don't know why I said 3. I'm stuttering. But I saw it was just a series of triangles that formed a giant triangles, like triangle, and it was just flying through the sky way too fast. And I was trying to get to my binoculars because I had them set up over here. I was like sighting the sky first, and
A triangle.
it was so big, but made up of such tiny triangles, and all flying in this perfect formation. I don't know what it was.
Right.
It was certainly unidentified by me.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. I think that
Exactly.
I think the evidence is in. But so I was trying to get to my binoculars so that, but I there was like this decision in my head, like, do I take my eyes off of it so I could run over to my binoculars and like look at it,
Or
and
is
then
it, you're gonna lose it.
yeah, and I thought that maybe I could try to walk over to where my binoculars were, and then I fell, obviously, because
Oh,
I
you busted your ass.
totally.
Oh,
That
and
was-
did you lose it then?
I totally lost it. Yeah, no, there was no. Yeah, I
You
had-
could have been the one that made connections, dude.
I-
you could have just lit your lighter and
That-
they would have found you.
That was never gonna be me.
Flash. yeah, no.
That was never
you were,
gonna-
You were gonna be the guy.
I was
on
gonna be the
news.
guy who fell.
I saw this. I saw this thing, triangles. But then, where did you get a picture of it? I fell. I
yeah,
fell.
yeah.
I was trying to get my camera, but I swear, when I looked up, it was gone. But they were there.
That's my destiny.
That's it right there.
That was always my
That's
destiny.
my destiny too.
Yeah.
I swear, like I've had them where I would see like a flashing one, and then I would think like, you think that because it moves so, because you always see planes and you always see like the jets and you see how they move, and they don't do a lot of crazy movements.
No.
When you see that crazy,
Not
movement
enough
from that
crazy
far
movements, if
away,
you ask me.
with that much light, yeah, right. with that much light, like it could only be a shooting star or something with a super high velocity, very, very bright.
And I know what I want to believe.
I know what I believe.
I want to believe. Scully.
Yeah.
don't give a
X-Files reference.
Hey!
What up?
The X-Files, by the way. Keep in mind, this is my favorite part of X-Files, is that the FBI was constantly trying to stop David Duchovny's character from looking into aliens, but they assigned him to that fucking pose!
Right, right.
Why?
Like, we don't want, he's going to keep looking for it, but
Yeah, whoa.
keep him close.
Just put him into the
Keep him
X-Files.
close.
Right. He's like, so you don't want him to look into the aliens, so you give him a job where he's funded to look for the...
Look for the aliens.
It's like, it didn't make any sense. Just fire him.
But maybe it's, you're right, but maybe they need him. He's the only one who can.
I can't
He's
remember...
the chosen one. He pulled Excalibur.
I just remember it was a little weird that they gave him a job, like the linchpin of that. And then I can't remember why they put Scully there.
So Paul said, if you're into odds and statistics, statistically, it's highly probable that we are alone in this universe.
Ouch!
Probable or improbable? Oh, he said improbable. Hey!
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, because he connected. Yeah, he said probable, but then he corrected and said improbable.
Whew. That hit me where... That hit me.
I was about to say, but that doesn't make sense because it would be more probable. I think we all looked at the numbers.
I guess I don't know. I mean, what are the odds
Don't
of...
know either.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that smart.
None of us are that smart.
I'm just
but
a
we don't-
clinically licensed psychologist.
Exactly. I can tell you how I feel.
I'm not a psych... Should I say that? I should probably say that at some
Oh,
point.
we already said it. You already
Do
said
people believe... Yeah, anybody who watches this and thinks
it. I
I'm a
don't know when we
psychologist.
put it out in the ether if somebody 4 months from now is going to come back to it.
That
and be like,
psychologist...
this psychologist on Paul's show was talking
Yeah,
about
yeah. They skip in, and then
Right.
they just start buying into everything I
But
say.
when I go to
once
his Instagram, it's a bunch of paintings.
Yeah.
I don't know doctors had that much time to paint.
we don't. That's you. You don't. you don't. You shouldn't. Maybe you do. I don't know. They seem like ambitious people.
Shamla said, I did come across some videos which says that they have time traveled. It looked fake, but...
I like that head. I like that head.
But I'm not sure.
I like that addition. Look fake, but... I mean, I don't know. It's time travel. I think all the rules are off.
I want to believe.
Yeah,
so
I think...
I'm kind of in it. You know, I'm totally into it.
I want to believe it. Like, that's the thing. I suspend all skepticism at the door when it comes to aliens.
Let's go back to Mars. Would you do that?
If...
Like, because instead of, like, going with the whole, it's going to be the Martians coming back to destroy us whenever we send ourselves over there and then we become our own worst enemies. What if we are trying to colonize, we are trying to do the right things, and on the way there, because I didn't even answer it, on the way there, you're going to die, but your children will make it.
Yeah.
And that's not even like a guarantee that they're just going to get there, but you don't know if they're going to survive.
I'm not going to do it now, but, like, I don't know, maybe things go sour in my life. And, I mean, right now, you know, I've got, like, things going on. And, well, basically, probably if anything happened between me and Ashley, I might just go to Mars.
Then,
you know,
at that point, what?
Yeah,
Totally,
she's holding me onto the
understandable.
earth. She's holding me on the earth right now. But if anything were to, like, go sour, I'd probably just say fuck it, go to Mars.
I love Paul Montego. He's all in on this. He said, if you believe in math, you believe in time travel.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I'm not great at math.
I don't know if I believe.
I'm not terrible.
I can do some.
I believe in it.
I believe in it.
I believe in it. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Do you believe in math or is math?
I mean, right? Yeah, I don't know
like,
if
I've never had a conversation with my teacher, and he's like, "Hey, you need to do this. You need to do these questions." I'm like, I don't
believe in this.
I don't believe in.
I don't
math,
believe in
brother.
it. Yeah, I don't believe in it.
Believe in it.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I love it.
I don't buy it. I don't buy this whole thing. I mean, I guess it's conceptual. Maybe. Listen, there's like these guys that talk about this conceptual level of math. They're just too smart. They're too smart.
Yeah.
Get rid of them.
Yeah.
You're too smart.
Yeah.
You're
when
too
they start going into quantum physics and all kinds of ridiculous with the multiverse and all, just so much. It's like,
I'm sorry, you're too smart.
Can we see that?
Leave.
I know you can calculate it, but can we see it or is it just calculations?
We don't understand what you're talking about.
No.
And now we all feel dumb.
No, we can't even. I can't even put it into my head and then not even understand what it is.
Yeah, people are like, "Do you think string theory is real?" I'm like, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Right, yeah.
Not a clue.
Oh, well, let me see. I actually ran some of the calculations.
Right. Did you run them or are you reading Yahoo article that old,
They could all be pulling a fast one on us.
Yeah.
They're like, tell them the world's made of fucking strings. They don't know shit.
And Paul said Einstein figured it out. Theory of relativity, how everything's relative. So they say that, and I'm saying they, which is scientists.
Those liberal elites.
Right. Scientists say that it's possible. So, I think that, I guess, I would hope. I want it to be. That's the thing. Like, I hope that
you want time travel to be real?
Yeah.
I don't.
Why not? You don't want to go back to Rome?
No.
You don't want to go see it?
No, I don't. I would like to see it. I would like to go with a helicopter.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just not like live. You probably die quick.
I don't want to be there.
There's no way any of us would be.
I don't want to actually be there. No, but it's good. I like iPods. And how old am I? I like iPods. iPods.
I think iPads are still out there.
Well, you know, we should have stopped at the iPod. That's what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
Is that we went too far. We flew too close to the sun. We had the iPod. We could have had as much music as we wanted on it. And then we had to keep going.
All right.
And now we're here.
And now Paul jumped in there again, and he said, it's been proven. Time is relative to each individual. If you and your mother...
I think Paul's got skin in the game.
Yeah, I think he does too. If you and your mother...
I like Paul.
Both had watches placed on your wrist at birth, they would be incrementally off because we all experience time differently.
In that sense. So I guess what he's saying is the theory that if you go somewhere and you fly at the speed of light, you're going to have experienced time more slowly.
Yeah,
so then if you come back, but to actually be in this point in time,
right,
and then there be some way to go back.
Right.
Is that the same as time being experienced at different rates?
Yeah.
Based on what the speed and the mass of the object. I think that's the general. Considering that I'm also a theoretical physicist, I think that we should probably all listen to me.
What was your thesis on?
My thesis was on Cheez-Its and proving that they weren't perfect squares.
I think that you didn't have to do all that work.
Well, I did it. I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't certain. And I wasn't certain that the math was real.
I'm going.
So
you have to prove it because you were a non-believer. Like you were a child. And you
I was like, they're
"Oh,
square.
math."
They're square.
I don't believe. First of all, you didn't believe in math.
Yeah.
And you didn't believe in Cheez-Its.
So I mastered. I mastered both. You're right.
Cheez-Its are so good though.
You're
They're still
right.
so good though.
I know they are. They are amazing. There's something about them. I think it's pretty clear. It's like we like carbs and cheese.
100%.
I'm telling you, man. Mac and cheese, same thing. That's what we
Mac
need.
and cheese is the best. And then you'll survive. You'll survive life.
If you only had mac and cheese for your life, you would live a pretty sad life, but you would live.
Exactly.
Let's just say that. So if you need anything to get you through whatever apocalyptic wasteland, I think mac and cheese it's not a bad option.
No.
It's not a good option. It's not a good option.
It's a pretty good option for a couple days.
Dude, so
Your fucking insides are not going to be appreciating it after a while, though.
Do you ever think you're pretty smart?
Sometimes.
I'm just here to tell you you're not.
Damn it.
I don't know. So anyway, what I'm doing.
Shit, that was why we're here.
Terrible. So like sometimes I'm like I'll pontificate on things that are like very I don't know
Big
like
word, man. Pontificate.
ooh like I find myself like
for you, pontificate.
I find myself like thinking about these like grand theories, right? They're like I'm like, oh, I'm so smart, and then my girlfriend's like, did you eat any vegetables today? And I'm like, God, women are so much smarter than us. They're just
You don't pay attention, right?
Yeah, we're just out thinking about
your brain works better if you do eat your vegetables.
Yeah, she's like, well, your body needs vegetables. I'm like, that's actually pretty smart.
That's a good,
Yeah.
very valid point.
Yeah.
You can't disagree with that. You know, you have to be like, yeah.
You can't. I try to because I'm a man, so I can't admit when I'm wrong.
Right.
So
you don't ever want to admit it.
I can't.
Or you could have just said like, yeah, you're right, I had them.
Yeah. just lie. Just lie.
I didn't say that.
But it's like I won't admit it. I'm like, vegetables, we don't need those.
Yeah, you'll just be what?
Just deny it. We don't need them.
Did you have your vegetables today?
It's good. I need it. We all need to. Do you eat enough vegetables throughout the day?
Yeah, I ate. No, did you have your? No, I ate. It's okay. Did you eat your veggies?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the thing that I'm worst at. Is like I don't do it. I don't.
Paul Montego said carnivore diet disagrees with you.
Yeah, I feel like that we're gonna get into dicey territory. I
think people get very.
Yeah. I would just
very good personal with that too.
They do. I guess you got to eat what liver. You got to eat liver.
Carnivore diet. I'm sorry, I didn't read that correctly. Carnivore diet disagrees with your wife, bro.
Well, she's my girlfriend, but yeah. But I think.
Were you eating carnivore before she? Okay, you almost scared me there.
No, I was.
That's a tough one there, man.
It's a tough one. You know, people are doing it. I think they're doing it.
But it's like an elimination diet. Like, sure, you'll get some results at first, but then the long term stuff, it just seems like, well, I don't know.
It's probably better than eating Cheez-Its.
Probably. So with your mouth, coach, guys.
Like, I guess it's better than eating Cheez-Its.
It is.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they eat a lot of liver. I don't, considering.
I think desiccated beef liver.
Really?
Yeah.
Why you just got to toss that out there?
Why
you got to let me know you're better than me?
I don't eat liver, but I take the pills because I don't eat it.
You're like, I just want to let you know. I eat desiccated beef liver.
You can be as smart as you want.
Yeah. You just you just destroyed me. Anything I say now.
And she said, well, Paul, we are omnivores, not carnivores. Amora?
Yeah, I feel like this is going to get heated.
I don't think they're hating on each other in the chat.
No, they seem like they're getting along.
All of them, they're all saying we need greens. So I think everybody.
We probably do need. I know
and,
we need.
And Paul's like, I know, Amora. I'm just messing. I love veggies.
He loves veggies.
Everybody loves.
So
veggies. Everybody eat your damn veggies.
I do this thing now. Like whenever Ashley makes broccoli, I'm like, what is this? She's like, it's broccoli. I'm like, I'm not familiar. Like it's just
beautiful.
Never seen it.
Right. Exactly.
Just completely alien concept to me.
Exactly.
And then, oh, this is good. Whatever.
All right, guys. We're about 8 minutes to go.
Oh, we're 8 minutes to go?
152.
Do we have anything
Let's get it, baby.
That we should... Have we ruined...
I said that
have we ruined your podcast?
Go to Mars. I would go to Mars.
You would?
Yes.
You're voting for it? Really?
Yep,
just like right even as it is right now?
If I had kids, I would take... they would live on Mars. Screw it. Go.
If you had kids now, you would... See, that's the...
Let's go.
That's the thing. You gotta open your kids up to living on Mars. You're in.
Commit.
I don't know why I'm arguing.
Never
I
committed.
asked you a fucking question, you answered it, and then I'm arguing with you about it. What the fuck
Would
is
you?
wrong?
You said if something bad happened with you and Ashley, you would do it.
I'm going to Mars if that happens.
See,
Yeah.
I don't have a girlfriend, so.
But I've said two different things. I've also said I would buy a van and live life as a grifter. But I guess that's the ultimate grifter life is going to Mars.
I don't know. Living life as a grifter sounds pretty cool too.
It does sound cool.
just yeah.
It sounds
Living
cool.
in a van. I mean, not sleeping in a van wouldn't be the most.
Well, you get a nice
exciting.
van, you get a bed in there. It's like the main reason I don't want to live in a van is because it's mostly because women don't find that the best. You know, like
Right.
it's not like the best thing. It's not like having 4 boxes of Cheez-Its, let's say that.
Right.
You know, if
Right.
you're living in a van, you might only be able to get 3 boxes of Cheez-Its at a time.
Exactly.
And then what kind of man are you? Like,
Right.
it's just, you know, you're just going to get, nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to bother with you.
Paul is asking me a question. Am I doing these podcasts every day, specific time? Well, I did them every day this week. We're squaring away a schedule, so all the guys, we all have jobs and we all have different schedules that we're trying to get it together. So
Not after this podcast, we don't.
Yep. No, not anymore. But, not anymore. It's all burning down. No, but we're going to figure out a schedule, especially specifically for this type of stuff, because this is the type of stuff that we need to do. Specific time. We're going to have some specific times coming up. I have to get with the guys to get those squared away. So Friday is usually 9 to 10 o'clock.
Hey,
For sure. Go ahead.
I'm just going to,
that was it.
I'm hijacking your whole podcast.
You got it. Go.
If anyone's in Baltimore and you want to, or if you're not in if you're in Maryland and you want to get together with some people once a month and just like paint, even poorly, I do it. Join the Baltimore Paint and Chill. We're on. I didn't come on here to plug anything. I don't have anything to plug.
Because I want to do it.
You want to do it?
I'm gonna go paint and
You're
chill.
doing it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to get people together.
Yep.
Really, just
Yep.
really. I
Because
call
I
it.
see your posts and I'm like, shit, I can't. I'm not right. I'm not in the town, but once I can make it work, I'm going.
I call it the paint and chill because I want it. You can paint or you can chill or you can do both.
Right.
But I hope that people will be chill.
Exactly.
You know.
Just chill. Exactly.
Just chill. I feel like it's something that we could all use. There's an art to chilling, which that brought me. I did want to talk to you about like, man, well, whatever. We'll talk another time. We'll go. We've gone on too long.
What was it?
I was
Just
going to
real
talk
quick
to.
teaser.
I was going to talk to you about the wrestling and like the link there between the art.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
wrestling.
that's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot too.
Yeah.
We got to do that next time. We're definitely going to do that next time, though.
I know. I feel like we could go on for another hour. I definitely
Awesome.
could.
And Paul loved you. Paul said he's got to have this guy on more often.
Oh, that's awesome, Paul.
That's awesome.
You could talk. I would. You know what? I would like to talk to Paul about time travel because he seems to know
Yeah, he's into it.
what he's talking about.
Paul's into it.
And I don't. I like to talk to
Laura
anyone.
said,
else.
"Is there wine there?"
You can bring wine. You can bring literally whatever you want. Probably no weapons. No, that's not even true. I've had some people bring just like for fun. Some people brought a lot of knives. The first time I did it,
Whatever, you know.
the first time I did it, it was actually pretty interesting because like I was trying to promote this paint and chill thing, and I sent it out to all my different friends, even friends that do art. And the only people that showed up were people that I know from the Muay Thai gym.
Yeah.
So they all had knives, just like a ton of knives. I never really.
I would have even thought if I would saw a bunch of people with knives, I'd be like,
Because I'm more
is this like a
casually.
knife club?
Yeah, I'm more casually into it. Like it's sort of like I need some cardio. I'm gonna go do first of all, I can't convince myself to do cardio unless like someone's trying to fight me.
I do it every day, man.
It
and
helps.
That's a good motivation.
It's a good motivation.
'Cause I debate myself every day. I'm like, all right, here's my 20-minute run. Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't feel it, but I do it. I'm disciplined, so I stick with
This
it.
is the first time I'd hung out with these people outside of the gym, and I was like, they've all got knives. They've all got a lot of knives. They really are. They're into it. They're all nice,
There's
super
a lot of-
nice,
and
super
then,
nice
like,
people.
At the MMA gym, Adam and I worked out at. They were very into weapons.
Yeah,
A
but
lot
super
of guys
nice.
are into weapons.
So it's a good combo. That's the right combo.
Right, cool. Right, that's what you want. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Man. That's what you want. And they're less likely to use them because they're already familiar with how to
Yeah.
hand to hand anyway. So like that's the first. You would hope that's the first.
I don't know. Nobody stabbed me.
No,
Is
not
all
yet.
I'm saying. Nobody's been stabbed at the Paint and Chill. I just want to throw that out there. So far.
I love it. All right, we're 2 hours in.
Let's sign off with that.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me
hanging out
on,
with
man.
Me and, thank you for coming out and hanging
Yeah.
out, Alex. We're gonna have Alex on some more too, because Alex is one of my good friends. These conversations, believe it or not, we would just have these at the gym
We'll probably keep talking after this
all
is
the
over.
time. 100%.
Yeah.
We always have these types of conversations.
Yeah.
So we love you guys. You all. We'll see you next time. Peace.